Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Free-to-Play Cast, episode 46, brought to you by MMOBomb.com, your home for all things free-to-play related. I am your host, as I am every week, Magic Man. I've also got some friends on the line. We've got a viewer guest host this week as well, but first, let's introduce the lady of the show. Back again, Damina, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Happy to be here. It's been a while. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a while.
You got a couple of weeks off, so you should be well rested and ready to go.
I had a run going there, and then now I feel like it's been forever. But I'm glad to be here.
And also on the line, you know the name. We've said it enough. He's posted comments. He watches every show. He's been with us since the beginning. Finally, as a viewer guest host this week, Inflictious, how are you?
I'm doing really great, sir. Thanks for having me on, and it's a pleasure to be with Damina, too.
No, thank you for coming. It's been a long time in the works. We've tried to make this happen before. It just didn't pan out time-wise. So we're very happy to have you here now. Before we get right to the news, you started this, actually. I don't think a lot of viewers know this. This was a long time ago. A couple shows in, you posted this as a suggestion just to introduce new hosts. So I'm going to ask you your own two damn questions here. You got to let everybody know what the game that started you as just a plain old gamer was, and what game got you into the MMOs. So take us through it.
As a gamer, my first console game was the Atari 2600. The game that really got me into gaming was the Dungeons & Dragons for it. From there, I was addicted.
Wow. Not a lot. I remember playing that. There wasn't a lot of guidance on that game.
Not really. A little blocky, and that was about it.
Yep, they were just, here you go do it. Go do what? I don't know. Just do it.
The dragons could just fly through wherever they wanted.
Right?
Nice.
What about MMO?
The first one that really got me started was Silk Road. I played Silk Road first, then I got World of Warcraft. But even after I got WoW, I still went back to Silk Road and played it for probably 4 years straight.
Oh, wow. You don't hear that one often.
A lot of grinding, but it made me the grinder that I am today. Every game that I play, I cannot play a quest path. I just end up grinding.
Yeah, Inflictious, Damina, is the one that I was talking to you about when we played Guild Wars, that Guild Wars 2, he'd get to a point where his character died, and that was it. That character got nuked. It was time for a new one.
Oh, well.
He's a bit of a perfectionist.
Yes, that is still another problem that I have today. Even World of Warcraft, same thing. Any game that I play, as soon as my character dies, it's gone. I don't care about it no more. I'll start fresh.
He permadeaths himself.
We don't need the game to do it for you.
He can't wait till Wizardry comes out.
Oh, I bet.
Well, let's slide over to the news, guys, and get started. We've got some interesting topics this week. First off, Forbes magazine actually posted an article on Halloween. Now, the article, we've kind of talked about this on the show before, on free-to-play and where it's going, and consoles doing free-to-play, and just the whole model in general. And Inflictious, this is one of the topics you actually brought up when we started talking about having you on the show, is just some general thoughts on the model and where it's going. So I thought this would be a great topic for you. They released an article on Halloween that kind of talked about free-to-play gaming as the premier model going forward. Now, they also talked about free-to-play becoming more of a powerhouse on consoles. Not just PC, but on your PlayStation 3s, your Xboxes, your whatever, as they pump out more and more systems. And they kind of related the whole downloadable content scheme and system that works now as the front runner for this free-to-play conversion in the future. So, Inflictious, I'm going to turn this one over to you. What do you think about the free-to-play market as it is now? Is Forbes dead on? Is it going to be the premier model, not only PC-wise, but just gaming-wise in general, 3 to 5 years or so from now?
This one really bugs me. I think free-to-play right now is just a fad. Its peak is pretty well here at the moment. In the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to drop to what it was like probably 5-6 years ago when Silk Road was around. Mm-hmm. The reason why I say that is because how many people in the future here are going to start realizing that they're paying more to play the game than for a sub that you would pay for any other game.
That's true.
The microtransactions are so much. Sure, a lot of people won't pay a dime, but it's those other players that are spending their $100, $200 a month just to play it.
Yeah, and we talked about that on a previous show where we talked about the average revenue per user and the average revenue per paying user being the two statistics that companies are using. What about you, Domina? This article surprise you at all? I mean, Forbes is no small potatoes magazine or anything.
No, I just have to make a comment to what Inflictus just said, though. If you're one of the people who's willing to pay for these microtransactions, then you're playing this because you have the illusion that you're playing this free to play. You're not playing it because it's, you're paying $200 a month. You think you're playing free to play, and these are just teeny tiny little transactions that add up, but they're small, and over time, you still have the illusion that you're playing a free to play game, I think. And
exactly.
Also, I'm not so surprised that this would come from Forbes because, honestly, I think that they're right for the time being, at least. I mean, the consoles would be stupid not to jump on this bandwagon because it's working right now. So if it continues to improve, then it will continue to work. I mean, you have to think about it this way. So I'm going to give you a party game. I'm going to give you Guitar Hero. I'm going to give you Rock Band. One of those guys. Okay? And I'll give you 15 songs. And it's free to play. Okay? But if you want more, then it's a buck a song. And I've got this 2,000 song library. I mean, they'd be stupid not to go this route.
Yeah, and we kind of really even haven't seen the beginning of the whole free-to-play on consoles, right? We've got Dust 514 coming for the PlayStation 3. We've got Happy Wars, which is free on the Xbox marketplace, but there's really not too many of what you would classify as an MMO or a MOBA or that type of game free on the console. So I really don't think we've actually seen the beginning on consoles yet. Let me give you the quotes from the article, and these are this is another thing that I kind of take with a grain of salt based on the Forbes article. The group that they talk to is called Playhaven. And that company actually provides monetization options for games, something over like 1,200 titles or so. They don't actually make the games. They just give the developers kind of a way to monetize everything. So they spoke to Andy Yang, who's the CEO of Playhaven, about free-to-play and how it's changing and everything. And Yang's exact quote was that he didn't think the shift to free-to-play is going to slow down anytime soon. Quote, if we're looking 3 to 5 years down the road, I think free-to-play will become the most prevalent model on the console as well.
I think in the next 3 to 5 years from now, buy-to-play with a fair item mall will be the future of AAA games, even on the console.
Yeah, see, I would tend to agree more with you on that one, Inflictus. And in the article, I kind of give Yang's quote here about free-to-play being prevalent. I kind of already give it a grain of salt, given that he's the CEO of a company that provides monetization options for games. So he's got a vested interest in free-to-play becoming the prevalent model. So it's not just like an analyst looking at it, right? This is somebody that's making cash off of this, and so definitely has a vested interest, Amina.
I'd be interested to hear what an analyst actually had to say about this, but you also have to remember that I will be curious to see what happens with the console that's coming, maybe? I don't know. What's the latest on that? We'll have to look it up.
I took a look last night, and they're talking about AAA games like Skyrim and stuff, which are solo-player games, which they're going to try to convert to the free-to-play with microtransactions.
Right.
Basically, what you're going to do is you'll get Skyrim, but all that nice armor and stuff that you used to see and get in the game, you're going to pay for that now. They're just going to give you a base model, and you want that kick-ass sword or weapon, you're paying for it. You want that nice armor, you're paying for it.
Which I think kind of essentially kills the buy-to-play model as it is right now. I mean, just absolutely is going to totally destroy that. To me, if it's just me, I would never do that. I have Skyrim. I play it on the PC. I don't play it on consoles. I play a lot of stuff on consoles, but Skyrim isn't one of them. And if you sold me Skyrim for $60 and then monetized all that stuff, there's just no way I would play it. But then you look at the other side of that. We just talked about Guild Wars 2. Aren't they essentially doing that exact model?
Yep, and so was the Secret World.
Yeah. And the Secret World was giving you a sub at the same time.
Yeah, I'm still upset about that. I love that game, but I can't. No game time cards. What a fail.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a neat article for Forbes to have because you don't really see somebody with that big a name weighing in on stuff like this. I mean, you see different analysts posting YouTube videos and things like that, but I thought it was an interesting article. I just think that they chose to interview Andy Yang from Playhaven, who obviously has a vested interest in free-to-play becoming the prevalent model. And I don't even think we're anywhere near that on the consoles yet. We're not even close.
I don't know that we ever will see it as it exists on PC right now on the consoles. I mean,
no, I consider PC to be your social, and console is for solo or gaming with your friends at home.
Exactly. That's the way I play it. You know, my console game, with the exception of Skyrim, just because my PC can do some things that my consoles can't do, obviously. But for the most part, I'm the same way. It's MMOs and my big-time multiplayer games on the computer, and then I sit in front of the console to play a solo Final Fantasy game. And if you take my solo Final Fantasy game and you start putting in micro purchases of any type, I automatically don't want to play anymore.
Exactly. But I do have one question for both of you and your community that all had to do with this. Okay, if you're a AAA game company, you make your game for a few million, roughly, that's how much they cost.
Yeah.
But you also know that 4 other big titles are all going to come out in the next month. How are you going to get your millions back without actually making people pay to play?
Yeah,
You're going to lose out.
Yeah, that's kind of the dilemma that all of these companies jam into, isn't it? I mean, we just saw probably one of the most condensed release periods for some MMOs back to back to back to back lately, with WoW's expansion and Guild Wars 2, and Rift is getting their expansion in just a mere number of days here. And there's millions going into the development for this, and they're all crammed together. Now, granted, these are companies that already have a head start.
And they got the money to back them up.
Yeah, and the marketing budget. Can you imagine, that brand new MMO, NCSoft? Let's look at them. They've got money, obviously, but could you imagine if they would have launched WildStar within that same quarter as the rest of those monsters?
Yeah, because pretty soon you're going to have like Rockstar and Eidos and all them other companies all funneling in here.
Yeah.
It's going to be sick.
Demina's already. Her head is spinning.
I think that's I think that's probably the only reason you won't see free to play on the console as you see it on the PC ever.
That's where those companies will make their money.
There are games that free to play lends itself to, and games that it does not, as far as the console is concerned. And MMOs, they just aren't one of them.
Nope.
So you think massively multiplayer onlines on the console, they pretty much have to be sub-based?
Yes.
Yeah, usually you're paying through your network or some kind of thing that actually backs them up.
Yeah, or if you're playing Final Fantasy, your Play Online account. Oh, good God. All right, so Forbes magazine, check it out. Neat article. Nice to see gaming and free-to-play gaming in particular in that type of spotlight. But, I don't know. Take the article with a grain of salt. Check it out. Let's move on. We've got GameGlobe. Now, some of us have actually been playing this for a while. Good old NDA had prevented us from saying things. So, everybody has played this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
For maybe an hour today.
Okay, great.
Hour yesterday.
Fantastic. That's pretty much all you need, though, isn't it?
But I told you I hate big points, so...
Well, see, big points right up the stuff we were just talking about. I mean, they're not even shy about saying monetize everything. Yeah, so GameGlobe is now officially in open beta. If you haven't checked it out yet, the first look is up on the site. Spunkify posted that a few days ago, so you can check that out. Browser-based game, think Little Big Planet if you're a console player. It's that type of gameplay, except it's on a more micro level. Somebody creates a level, you go ahead and jump on through it, and then you can create your own. So everybody's played it. I'm going to start with Domina here. What did you like? What intrigued you about GameGlobe? What did you hate? What did you think of the cash shop? Just take us through your overall opinion.
So I liked it because it was cute. It's a really, really cute game. And
You just
I
like
also
making little avatars.
well, you know me. And I really liked that it was. I mean, the listeners here, they know that we've got some kids. I played this for hours with the kids. And
Yeah,
I
you do.
loved that. And they loved it. They're like so into it. I think it's really nice, and you don't see it often enough in this market here. A game that you can enjoy with your family. And that was one of the things that I liked the most about this. It's not complicated. It's, sit down for an hour here or there and play a couple levels, play somebody else's levels. I played one level that infuriated me because the lights kept going off and I kept falling off this thing and dying and I quit. But, I just really, I liked the way that it's inclusive. It's not just geared at one audience. It's geared at everyone.
Yeah, I kind of got to agree with you there. It's not like when you watch, what's the name of that game, Inflictious? Roblox? Like when you watch Roblox, you're like, okay, this is a kid's game. But when you look at GameGlobe and you're sitting there playing it, you don't get the sense that it's a kid's game, but it is a game that kids can play.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to agree with you there. What about cash shop or creation of levels? What do you think there, Domina?
I think it's neat, all the different things that you can do. And I mean, there were things that we were seeing in there that we couldn't figure out for the life of us how it was happening. There was a haunted house and the lights were going on and going off, and these torches would go off when you would go past them, and we just looked at it and looked at it and looked at it and tried, and we could not figure out how to do it. And you get coins for completing these quests, and then you can use them to customize your avatar. And I didn't get to check out the cash shop as much as I would have liked to, because the kids weren't having much of that kind of exploration, because that was, not fun. But I really, really like the customization aspect. And as far as appealing to the masses here, the kids liked it because it was fun and they could do it all. And I kind of liked it because I would go through these quests with them and get to the end and find out I had only found 30% of what I was supposed to find, which means there is a challenge to be had in there. And I don't know. I just think it's not a serious game. It's mindless fun. It really is. And it's fun to be able to build something and have it be yours and have other people come and try it. And I mean, it's just fun.
To me, it's one of those things like I told you, you got half an hour before you got to leave to go do something. So kill a little time on it. We likened it to something like Angry Birds or a mobile phone game where you've got 15 minutes on the bus, go ahead and try a level or two, that type of game. It's not something that most people are going to sit down and play for 6 or 7 hours. What'd you think, Inflictious?
Honestly, after I got the link from you and I went and took a look, graphically, it blew me away for a browser-based.
Oh, yeah.
I was
it's
impressed
just amazing.
with the shading, the lights. Yeah, it was really amazing. Then when I logged on, trying to create a map, that just frustrated me. That's a little too complicated. I need a lot more time to be in there.
Yeah.
But for their item shop, I can see it. Either you're going to be paying for making a map, or you're going to be paying to create your character, like doll her up or him up. But I think that's where they're going to draw the line on where you want to spend your coin without having to spend any more. Right. You can either make a map, or you can make your character look good.
Yeah, and this is kind of like a perfect game. When Damien and I were talking about it, it's not the game that I wouldn't spend any money in this game. I literally would not spend a dime the way it's built up right now, because I don't care about character customization for the most part. I don't need to buy those extra shirts and stuff like that. And if I do, there's enough there that I can beat a couple of levels and save up some coins and buy the one shirt that I like, you know?
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, I'm not a completionist. I'm not going to buy all of the shirts and the pants and the hats to have all of it. The thing that I see big money being spent on is the creation of levels. You literally have to buy just about every piece that's used in there. You will accumulate some pieces through gameplay, but the flow of coins slows down to the point where you're going to want to buy coins if you're one of those big-time dogs that's creating some pretty impressive levels. You're going to want to shell out some money just to get some of the extra pieces rather than save up coin after coin after coin after coin. But to me, hey, if you just want to sit down and play some levels and you don't care what the hell your character looks like, you really cannot beat GameGlobe for a free-to-play game.
Yep.
But it's closed beta right now. They might actually charge you some coins to go play
it's
some
open beta
maps.
right now.
Open beta, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it's
They
open
can still
beta
change
right
that
now.
in the future.
Yeah, and that's why I was very particular at the beginning of that sentence to say, as it's built right now.
True.
Yeah. Yes.
Because, yeah, it's definitely something that could change. But like I said, as it's built right now, man, you just want to kill 45 minutes and gain a couple of coins in the interim and have some fun. There's such a diverse segment of little levels that people have come up with that it's just really, it's not, everything's not a platformer. Everything's not an action. Some are like little puzzles. Some are, base jumping where it's just falling and dodging obstacles as you're falling and grabbing coins. It's just, there's a wide array of varying gameplay, wide array, and you'll have fun. I think everybody will have fun, trying to build a level and learning the things. But those people that really want to create a level that hits the top of the charts, you're probably going to spend. You're going to be the players that spend some cash.
I think that's a small market. Well, maybe not a small market, but I think honestly the vast majority who are going to pick this game up, if they're picking it up to play it, aren't looking at that aspect of things. Wow, I certainly am not. The kids certainly are not, or at least they better not hide their credit cards.
I don't know. Our oldest son is 11, and today he informed me that somebody in some situation he was telling me about, he informed me that they were an epic troll.
Yes.
And
it was the guy
it brought a tear to my eye.
He told me that all day. It was whoever the guy was that built the map that he was doing on this game. This guy's an epic troll. He puts the health potion over here, and
Daddy,
then I have to run through these spikes to get it, and I die.
Daddy was very proud when he referred to somebody as an epic troll.
God help his future wife. She's going to be just like me.
So thumbs up, thumbs down. Final word on GameGlobe right now as it stands in open beta and Flixus.
3/4 thumb up.
Put him on the spot there. He was kind of uncomfortable with that one.
Yeah, it's just not a game for me. It is, in my eyes, still a little too kiddie.
Okay. Demina, I think it's a thumbs up from you.
Big thumbs up from me.
I definitely give it a thumbs up as a time killer. It's, like I said, not something you're going to spend hours in, but you want to kill a half hour before you got to go to work. I can think of worse ways to kill that half hour. All right, last news topic. We all kind of saw this one coming, right? I mean, for a long time now. So, G4TV announced that it will finally be canceling Attack of the Show and X-Play, thus killing off the final two game-related shows on the actual channel. Which means there's now, an extra 2 hours of Cops and Ninja Warrior that could be thrown on, I guess?
Oh, yeah, they can bring back Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Right. So here's my thing. NBC has said that they're going to air new episodes pretty much until the end of the year. And they're going to have some, remembering G4 best moments type things in those shows. But that come 2013, they're going to rebrand this channel for the, quote, modern man.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I said the show that I did.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what I'm thinking too. They're gonna throw the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy on for 13 hours. It'll be the male Bravo network. I don't even know what the hell they're going for here. We all saw the end of G4, right? Years ago, probably.
I'm so sad about that, though. Honestly.
And then Adam Sessler and Kevin Pereira, they leave, and we're like, okay, what are they going to do now with Attack of the Show and X-Play? And Morgan Webb, God bless her heart, she did everything she could. Was still kind of the only one holding that debacle together. Now they're finally killing these two shows. That means the G4 Gamers TV network gone. I just want them to make it Tech TV again. Let's go back 6-7 years and do that, can't we? We can do that, right, Inflictious?
I don't know, because I don't know the two shows that you're talking about. I remember when I asked you, because I live in Canada, I've never even heard of those two shows.
That's right. That's right. But see, here's the thing. You guys in Canada, you have, what is it, EP Daily. It used to be Electronic Playground.
Yep, I still got that every day that I watch.
Nice.
And you're right, it is on City TV, but here it's called CTV.
Ah.
And then right after that, we got Reviews on the Run, which is the newest movies and the newest game trailers.
See, I just want Tech TV is what it was before it got branded G4TV and a bunch of the programming changed here in the U.S. I just want it to be Tech TV again. Go back and do that. That means what for the future of gaming news on actual television? Is this the death of it, Damina? Do you think that just too many people get their gaming news from online and YouTube and that it's just not worth it anymore on television?
I don't really feel like this channel was ever promoted properly. I mean, that's what I think. Because when we first started watching G4, I knew that there was a channel called G4TV because you told me I found this channel called G4TV. But the thing is, and when it first started, we loved it. We used to watch that all day. That was always on in our house, remember?
Yeah, and even when it was G4, but they still had retained a lot of the game shows. That's when, Tommy Tallarico was still part of the channel, and they had Cheat, which was not Cheaters, which is on there for 15 hours a day now, but Cheat and other game-related shows. I mean, it was all day. Boom, a video game show of some type.
Yes, and like a 24-hour coverage of E3. I mean, I loved this channel. And so then when they started showing Ninja Warrior, I was like, okay, that's fine. And then when they started playing Cops all day, I was like, what happened?
Yeah,
and now it's
movies
just going
that don't
away.
suck, which normally sucked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who is this modern man? I don't think I want to meet him. Like, really? Modern men don't play games anymore, I guess.
Apparently not. Apparently not. Well, here's the thing. I mean, Spike TV's been trying to move into the video game coverage for a while now with their whole annual awards show, which anyway. So do you think Spike's going to try and move in and pick up some of this stuff, or is it just everybody going to stay away from, full-on gaming coverage, just viewing it as a bad investment?
Well, Spike would be stupid to not try to pick some of it up, at least. I mean, they're, I think they've got to recognize that there's an audience that is saying, where is this all going? We like this. Please, no more Cops. I don't know that they'll pick it up. Nobody will ever pick it up in the amount or the quality that G4 had when it first started. I think that if they had promoted this channel properly in the beginning, then maybe it would still exist the way that we knew and loved it when it started. I don't know. Spike does a really crappy job on their video game awards, so yeah. I don't know that. But then they also have the Man Show. So what is it? Mansers, yeah. Which, by the way, I'm not a man, and I like that show. So, I don't know. I mean, I think in the right time slot, surrounded by the right other kind of content that will keep the audience you're looking for there, it would be a good investment for Spike to pick up. And I certainly think that they will pick it up in some form, but I don't know that it'll be in the form of an Attack of the Show or an X-Play, or cheat or anything
Right.
like that.
And Inflictious, is there still a place for a totally video game based channel on any cable network anywhere, or is the internet just too much of the source now?
The internet is too much of the source. You can maybe do your hour programs a day, but other than that, you're going to lose interest or you're going to lose your fans. But as you were saying, I could see Spike TV grabbing some more of that stuff. And to NBC out there, maybe you should look at Spike TV because they cater to the modern man.
Yeah, they kind of. I don't think they cater to the modern man. I think they just cater to man.
Hey, man.
They do,
Just
but
like, man, here's a commercial. It's got a car and a babe in a bikini. Enjoy. We'll see you in 30 seconds when the show that is about a car and a babe in a bikini starts back up again.
not all their shows.
Most of their shows. I watch them too, so I mean, I don't know what that says about me, but
Yeah, I'm sad G4 is gone, but it's kind of been just it's been on life support for a while now, and
Well, they're still going to have their website, and that's where probably all their fans are getting their information from anyways.
yeah, here's the one thing that I was kind of surprised about this, though. The only thing about this whole story that shocked me at all is that NBC is not commenting about whether or not they will still maintain E3 or Gamescom or PAX coverage at all, which those were always very highly viewed. Their E3 coverage or their anything like that. NBC isn't commenting on that at all. So I would be very surprised, but it sounds like, if they're not going to say anything, that kind of leads me to believe that they're going to pull out of that as well. And
Well,
like
just
it or
like you
not,
said,
G4 was a huge presence at things like E3.
as
Yeah,
you
they
say
were.
that now, it just sounds like they're pulling right out of gaming altogether then.
Right.
They want
Right.
nothing to do with it.
I mean, it just seems like an easy question to answer, right? Are you guys still going to maintain the presence you have at these events? No comment.
that's what Spike's.
Well, if the answer was
right
yes,
there.
you say yes. If it's that's it. So yeah, I think maybe that'll go to a different channel as well. Maybe all three of us should get jobs with Spike TV right now, and then we'll
I
be
think
ahead of the
so.
curve, right?
That's a good idea. Let's sell ourselves as.
Whoa, hey, whoa, what?
I ain't selling
Not
myself.
like.
Right, I'm with
Not
Inflictious.
like
I'm not
that.
selling myself.
Oh my goodness. I meant in like a interview capacity, not in a
Oh.
dirty capacity. Sickos.
All right, well, let's move away from G4 because it's dead. Sorry.
It's not dead. NBC is dead.
Right, right. And if you want to see the male Bravo channel, tune into what was formerly G4 at the beginning of 2013. Come on, speaking of that, since you're getting your news online anyway, come on over to mmobomb.com. Check out all the great content we've got there. Everything free-to-play related, gameplay, first looks, free-to-play cast, Ask MMO Bomb. Check it all out. Have some fun. Make sure you click like and you comment while you're watching some of those videos. Let's move over and get the weekly bombs here. Inflictious, you're the guest this week, so you're first, my friend. Da-bomb, A-bomb, what do you got?
My A-bomb goes to Firefall.
Ooh, no, see, we invite you on the show. We have some fun. My wife tries to get you to sell yourself, and then you're going to drop an A-bomb for what might be one of the more popular games of 2012.
Yeah, but I have reasons for it.
All right,
They've
I'm
taken-
sitting back and listening. Go ahead.
They've taken so long now, and people are still wanting beta keys that they haven't gone to an open beta stage. From there, since I can't even give people keys no more and people can't get in to play it, even from my aspect, I've lost all interest in the game. It's lost me. Too many new titles are coming out that are even taking my attention and memories away from it now that I'm moved on to the next thing.
Wow. Pretty brutal, Inflictious.
Yeah, but it's not just me. I know a lot of people out there, even the ones that are waiting to get in, are getting into other games already now too. So they're just going to bypass it themselves.
Yeah, and I can kind of understand where you're coming from. I mean, when we talked to Mark Kern on this show before, and we talked to him about a release date, he had talked about the game going into not really an open beta at all, right? It was just going to be more and more people were getting more and more invites that they could just kind of trickle them through to whoever really wanted one. We haven't seen that yet. He also said that it would stay in that phase, and even after the game was monetized, it might not have an official release yet, which, okay, fine, as long as you've got more players coming in, but I can see where you're coming from, because it's still those, you get 2 invites every once in a while and shoot them out and sit around and wait for 2 more to pass out.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
When's the last time you logged into it?
I logged in about a week and a half ago, but it wasn't to play, so I'm not going to count that one.
Yep.
That was to look at a few things. The last time I sat down and really played it was probably about a month ago. Maybe a little bit more. To just, if I'm being honest about sitting down and just having some fun, not doing something for MMO Bomb, just playing for fun. It was probably a little over a month ago.
See, they're almost losing you too.
Yep. Yeah. And like I said, last week I only logged in because I was looking a few things up for something for MMO Bomb. It wasn't to play the game, so I'm not going to count that one.
I had so much expectations and hopes for it, and then it just killed itself.
It is fun. It's just, like you said, there's only like 5 people that I really know and want to play the game with, and only 3 of them are in.
I was going to say, you log in now, and there's maybe 5 people.
So they need to take note of this clearly, and then at least make some kind of announcement. What is going on?
Release it to open beta.
Yeah, just make it official open. Damina, dub bomb, A bomb. Inflictions kind of brought us down.
Oh, I'm giving a da bomb this week to GameGlobe.
Oh, good grief.
Because I really like that there's finally something new that I can spend time with our children or as a family playing. I mean, it's always good to have open lines of communication, and if talking about a game is one of those with your kids, I think that's great. So,
how many credits did they give you to say that?
Yeah, no shit.
You can be bought, but we can't.
Yeah, did they drop a bunch of coins on you or
I'm not
something?
selling myself, Inflictious. I'm selling you.
So you're a pimp.
Right.
I'm going to give a dub bomb, too. If you checked out the Control Wizard trailer for Neverwinter that dropped this week, I thought it was pretty badass. I thought it was a pretty nice trailer. I thought the Guardian trailer that they released a little while ago was good. I thought the Control Wizard one was even better. I loved some of the mechanics, some of the abilities, and some of them they were, very clear to let you know that they came in. You get them pretty close to the beginning of the game. They said my favorite words, magic missile. I love it. I love when...
Now you're being dirty. I think it runs in the family.
There it is. Every time somebody says magic missile, I think back to PlayStation 2, the game Summoner. If you don't know what I'm talking about here, gang, you've got to go to YouTube and look up the Summoner Easter egg. It was in the credits for Summoner on the PS2. If you press triangle, you were treated to a special little movie of a number of the characters from the Summoner game sitting around and playing Dungeons & Dragons, the tabletop game. And it's just a riot. And anytime anybody says magic missile, I immediately think of that trailer from way back when. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to check it out. What's that, Damina?
I cast it at the darkness.
I'm Gulstaff.
Are there going to be chicks there?
I'm Gulstaff, sorcerer of light. Oh yeah, then why'd you have to cast magic missile?
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. I love it.
From the viewers, Nathan Roman says, people may hate it, but I'm going to give a dub bomb to Raiders. I think the game is fun and exciting. I personally love the combat and the craft style for making armor and weapons. Nathan, actually, before I get to the rest of Nathan's comment, Nathan had the bombs backwards here. I fixed them, so it's okay. But for every viewer there, if you're going to give a weekly bomb, and we love you to do it, the more the merrier. Dub bomb is something great in the free-to-play industry. It is dub bomb, American slang for something very cool. A-bomb, just like the weapon A-bomb. Think of it very destructive, very bad. A-bomb bad, da-bomb good. So Nathan Roman, I fixed them for you on this one. You're expected to get it right on the next one. There will be a test. People may hate it, but I gave a da-bomb to Raiders. Think the game's fun and exciting. Personally love the combat and craft style for making armor and weapons. But I also give it an A-bomb for the fact that some glitches, like the loading screen, fails, and the party glitch involved with it have been in the game since the very beginning of closed beta, and even though they are not as bad, I think a problem like this should have been a primary focus and fixed before the open beta. I could not agree with you more, Nathan, and those problems were in the alpha, too. I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest. That was apparently bothering me more than I thought it was.
Feel better now?
I feel better now. I do.
All right.
I do. Blake Romano 19 says, my da-bomb is the mighty quest for epic loot. Some good alpha, stupid NDA. The answer for the weekly question is crap games and MOBAs. Weekly question last week was what bugs you about the free-to-play world as it is right now. Blake Romano says crap games and MOBAs. I'm kind of excited about the mighty quest for epic loot. I can't wait to really get into that game. Are you guys interested in that one at all?
Oh, yeah. I want to try it.
I agree with you with that one, too. I like it a lot more than GameGlobe.
I think it could be better than
We're going to come
GameGlobe.
to fisticuffs here.
I think it could be better than GameGlobe.
I don't hit a woman, so I lose already.
Win!
That's okay. You try and run my dungeon. You'll just die in it.
Oh, I think we have a challenge on the table.
Oh, I have to say this real quick because, Flixus is the one that almost ruined my life with Slender. Last night, I took the kids trick-or-treating, and there was a kid dressed as a Slender Man, and I almost pooped myself.
Was
No
it?
joke. And as
Dang.
walking away, my son said to me, Mommy, why didn't you shine your flashlight at him?
And Pascal says, great show as usual. I know I don't answer every show, but since I've started to listen, episode 40, if I'm correct, I guess, this is the only show on the internet that I really want to listen to, and I have the feeling that I can't wait. Well, except with anime, because the ones that I follow are weekly also give me that feeling, but anime is another area. All right, thank you for the compliment. I have an A-bomb for area games. I don't know if I gave it already, but if I had, I still want to give it. I can't understand why such publisher with some good games can be that dumb to release games like War and Story and Born to Fire in 2012. If it was a small publisher, I would get it, but they aren't. They have the money to get better games, but they still get that crap. It blows my mind. It's one of the things that really grinds my gears in the free-to-play market these days, and area games isn't the only one doing it. I totally agree. I don't know what area is thinking with War and Story, Born to Fire, and some other games when they're sitting on. Granted, it's not going to change the world or anything, but there's enough people interested in Lime Story or Lime Odyssey that damn thing should have come out by now, right, Inflictious?
Yes. I've been waiting for that one.
It's not going to change the world. I did a first look on it in a very early alpha when they gave us some special permission to go in, and the game seemed, pretty much done. I don't know why it's not out, but they dropped War and Story, which, God, that first look hurt to do. Born to Fire, if you watch that first look, Spunkify couldn't even remember the name of the game at the end of the first look. I don't know what area games is doing either.
Well, I thought about this guy's question, and the reason why they do that, they probably pick up these games super cheap.
Oh, definitely.
They can pump them onto their site and rake in as much money as they can within the first 3 months or even 2 months until you're bored of it. But they made enough money to put in their pockets and pay for the game.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, and I totally agree, and that makes sense from a marketing standpoint, but the problem is Area Games has done that so many times now that obviously people are kind of hip to that crazy jive and aren't going to be doing that 1 month, 2 month of paying for it anymore. They've really got to put something out there that people want to play for long periods of time. Otherwise, the reputation of the company alone is going to keep people away from any games.
I see an IJJI right there. See you later.
Goodbye. Bought out.
And Perfect World Entertainment will grab some of their games, and so will some other companies.
Yep. Pyr Round says, speaking of Hawken, guess what game is getting a da-bomb from this guy? That's right, it's Hawken. More specifically, I'm going to give the companies behind it, Adhesive Games and Meteor Entertainment, my debomb, for actually releasing a real beta product. This goes back to a number of discussions you guys had on the Free-to-Play cast, and about how companies have been using beta releases as money grabs. Well, I'm here to tell you, there was no money being grabbed from the first Hawk and Close beta test. Hell, they even gave out some cash shop currency for everyone to buy and deck out a mech of their own.
Mm-hmm. First of all, in response to that, yay, about time. And second of all, I think Pyre Around is an awesome name.
All right, last week's question for the viewers was, what bugs you about the free-to-play world as it is right now? And you can make it an A-bomb if you want. Vinicius Pace, whatever. Hi, Magic Man. Great show as always. For the question of the week, what bugs me is the fact that there's no online fighting games, and there's no true action MMO games. And by that, I mean games like Darksiders 2, DMC Saga. I would love to see an MMO game with those games gameplay, but as I know, now there's none.
I thought about this.
I wouldn't say
and
there's
as
none.
Action MMO, I would have to say, has he played Dynasty Warriors Online?
Yeah, there's a couple out there that have that style to them. I'm trying to remember the online fighting game that is actually coming soon. We posted the trailer on it. I'll look that up while we're going here. We actually talked about it on the show here a few weeks ago, so you might want to go back through a few shows there. There is a number of online fighting games. They're a little lesser known. Check out the MMOBomb.com website. We've posted information for them. And definitely Dynasty Warriors Online is one that came to mind right away.
And what makes me sad is because I thought Raiders would have that same fighting style in it.
Oh, you know what? I think that would have made Raiders a lot more fun for me.
It would have brought a whole world of people into it.
Yep.
Access Denied Error says, this show's good and all, been watching for a while, but these questions that Magic Man asks are like the smart jerky kid in school asking questions that only have one answer, or he knows the answer and enjoys seeing you squirm. Questions aren't really that great either. The guys answering them are seemingly lacking in the basic knowledge at times. I mean, Brim at one question about best game PlanetSide 2. Totally just needed a simple answer, and the show would move on. Magic Man gives his godlike opinion. Done!
Oh.
I'm sorry. I am sorry, Access. Unfortunately, the questions you're referring to from True False last week came from viewers. They were not from me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We did a little True False segment last week in Flixus. I gave 4 statements, and everybody gave their opinion whether they were true or false, and all 4 statements were questions viewers had asked us. So, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry.
I guess I never answered that one.
So I'm sorry, Access Denied Error. I will not give my opinions anymore on my opinion-based show. I'm sorry. What's that
okay.
next one there, Domina?
Really?
Yeah, Crocsta.
I mean, really?
Crocsta.
Crocsta?
Yeah.
Okay. Crocsta says, so what grinds my gears in free-to-play MMOs is the lack of good matchmaking. Especially in most free-to-play MMORPGs, I find it annoying to look for raid groups and dungeon parties myself. I never played WoW, but heard it had some system like that. My only encounter with a free-to-play MMORPG matchmaker was the Forsaken World, and it failed hard. It plays some jobs in specific roles, even if the player did not skill that way, i.e., a DD priest. Ooh, yeah, that. League of Legends got some good matchmaking, still cursed it sometimes though. But the community cries out for a role-specific one where you could set your preferred position beforehand. Riot fears a stagnating metagame, but to be honest, it hasn't changed on positions for a long time now.
I got to agree.
Mm-hmm.
I
There we
agree
go.
too.
Yeah, I mean,
matchmaking. I thought he was talking about marrying other characters. That's
Oh.
the least hurt.
I don't want a DD priest. If I don't know if they're not no.
Cockaman, PF, PT, PF. My font's too small. It's PF. Woohoo! All right, I looked it up. Cockaman PF says every game in which you can buy anything that makes you slightly stronger. It's pay to win. So that's what That's what Kakaman does not like about the free-to-play world right now, which, okay. Pretty concise and to the point. Don't let me buy anything that makes you slightly stronger. Woots91 says, I agree with Path of Exile if you count open beta as release. That's in regards to a discussion I was having with a few viewers on the website in the comments for last week's show. The whole PlanetSide 2, will it be the best release of 2012? Some people threw Path of Exile out there if you can count that the open beta was the release. And I kind of agree, too, that has a dark horse type property to it. Woots91 also says, but Sony has a lot more money to spend on advertising, so PlanetSide 2 will be more popular, I guess. But the thing with free MMOs is that like 95% of all games that come out every year are kind of like crap.
Well, calling it like it is.
There you go. Have you played Path of Exile yet, Inflictious?
That I have not.
Oh, you got to check it out, my brother.
I will do that tonight.
Yeah, are you a Diablo fan at all?
Sort of.
I mean a good Diablo, not a Diablo 3.
Oh, I only played Diablo 3, so that was my good Diablo.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, go play Path of Exile. Go play Path of Exile. Masson Page says, Team Fortress 2, best model for free-to-play. For the devs to make money, of course. Honestly, crates... biggest cash income ever in a game. And hats. You could buy hats, too. Question for next week, guys. What free-to-play game universe would you actually like to live in if you had to? And why? So
Can I
pick
just
a
answer that now?
Yeah, I mean, go for it.
Well, I already live in the MMO bomb universe, and that's where I want to stay because it's the best community around.
Oh,
Aw.
you touched my heart.
My nose is pretty dang brown now, huh?
Man,
I'm
shedding
sending you a
a
hug
tear.
all the way to Canada.
I answered it.
We appreciate it. We have a lot of fun. You've been a long time listener. I think you even commented on our very first episode. So,
I didn't until episode 3 because I was a little shy.
Okay. I see how it is. But no, we definitely appreciate it. There's quite a few MMO bombers out there that have been following us from the beginning, and as we close in on 1 year of the free-to-play cast, we definitely appreciate it. It's the community that keeps me actually sane and wanting to produce content. So thank you by the same token. Put your comments below, gang. Don't forget your weekly bombs, your answer to the game universe question, which one you want to live in. Let's throw it around for the final word so all the hosts can plug their Twitters, their YouTubes, wherever. Damina, you're up.
I don't have any YouTube or Twitter to plug. That sucks.
Oh,
That's sad. Whatever. I had a lot of fun.
Quiet moment for Damina. Okay, moment's over. Go ahead, Damina.
I had a good time this week. It was fun being on here with Inflictious. It's nice to talk instead of type, because you're the one person that when you say something to me, I always make sure to try to answer you. So it was a good time.
I think she basically just told everybody else, screw off.
No, I told everybody else that they should talk to me
teacher's
more.
pet.
So thanks for having me. Good time. I'll see you guys later.
Inflictious, final word.
I really got to thank you. It's been a blast. I will always follow your show until the day I die because it'll probably keep going on after that.
Oh, see? Well, one can hope.
You guys do a really good job, and fans keep growing, and the views keep growing every single week that I keep looking. That's good to see.
Very cool.
The only way people can follow me, the best place, I'm always commenting on your things. Want to say hi to me? I'll always say hi back.
Sounds cool, and we appreciate having Inflictious here on the show. If you want to be a viewer guest host, email me at magicman@mmobomb.com. That's M-A-G-I-C-K. I'm sorry, I'm going to spell it wrong. That's my Twitter. It's M-A-G-I-C-M-A-N. Just regular spelling for magicman at mmobomb.com. You got to be at least 16. You've got to have Skype and a decent microphone. English doesn't have to be your primary language, but you do have to be able to at least express your opinions clearly in English. And there you go. And what you want to talk about. Shoot me an email. We'll get in touch, and we try to get viewers on as often as possible, but sometimes scheduling gets in the way. So forgive us if we got to shuffle some things. For Domina and Inflictious, I'm Magic Man. You can follow me on the Twitters at magicman1, MAGICKMANN1. Come on over to mmobomb.com. Make sure you like, comment, put your weekly bombs, and answer the question of the week. And until next week, gang, stay safe, and we'll see you out on the servers.